like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels.
She wearing heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels when she's walking in them heels. She's walking in them heels.
It's like, what's your name? Better than ass like that to blow the picture out the frame. Mommy stay reppin' whenever she step in. Shorty stay fly even during the recession. Long as the hilltop master dress, I don't care if it's top shelf or feel good to pay less. Shape of a bottle with the walk of a model. Damn, she so mean when she puffin' on that green. Maybe it's the jeans or maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's me or maybe it's you or maybe it's the Jimmy Choo. Lil' mama stay bossin' whatever it take. From New York to Texas on up to Salt Lake. Hey, even at the market it's like the red carpet. Everywhere she goes like a fashion show. See, I'm a go-getter and she a go-getter. Got ice as cold as winter day. You leave your chick with us, come on.
Heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels when she's walking in them heels. She's walking in them heels.
I like your confidence, sexiness, all of that is evident. Stepping real smooth like you stepping for the president. Heel hit the ground, body started settling. Ass started shaking, I almost gave you some medicine. Body looking delicate, smooth, elegant. Perched in them heels, relaxing like a pelican, yeah. Girl, you know I like to win. Body looking like a S, watch it as it bends. Go ahead and snake, move like a python. Body too sexy, girl, leave them lights on. Women are from Venus, men are from Mars. You know I got the right one, baby. Ray Charles. She rockin' Christian Louboutins, all those pouting. Hard as a mountain, body arched, squirting like a fountain. Once, even twice, but tell me who's counting heels.
It's on me still. See, I be climbing up them hills like Jack and Jill, but I ain't shooting for no water. Nah, it's more like a son or a daughter. I ain't got a spoiler. Lil' mama pay her own bills, homie, you bet that. I just get behind her and tell her to back. Bend her over slightly and give it a tap. He'll sending me Morse codes, tell me to tap that. Twisted in the head, got me twisted like a dread. Take them heads over heels and put them heels over head. Yeah, you heard what I said. Shorty bout bread, and if you think the cat's bad, just look at that ass. In the East Coast, they be like on the real son. In the South, they be like, shorty got a fat one. In the Midwest, lil' mama go fed. In the West, she be jerking all over the bed. Come on.
She wearing heels, girl, you know I like them heels. When she's walking in them heels, sex appeal, so revealing, so hypnotic, so exotic. She's as sexy as she feels when she's walking in them heels. She's walking in them heels.
I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels. I like it when she walk, but I love it when she stepping in them heels.
Hello. Let me change this real quick. I'm hearing it through the speakers. There it is. All right. Welcome in, everyone's. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Sunday today. Hopefully we can make it a little bit better over here at the Ace of Spades podcast, because you know what I'm saying. We got some phenomenal people in the building today. So we will be looking to have such a great time, great discussion, all of the above. You feel me? So let me get a couple things straight. Oh, you know what? I forgot to hit them with the icebreaker questions. I am just all over the place right now. You feel me? Let me see what's going on. We have some people jump in, so I gotta get this in order as well, because I need to give everybody their proper dues, just in case you don't know, which I don't know how you don't know who they are, because they are some phenomenal individuals. Let me see. Right, I got him in the building. All right. Oh, don't tell me I'm having some problems right now. Why you not popping up? Pop up for me. Come on, pop up for daddy. Okay, you don't want to work. That's cool. All right, that's all right. You ain't gotta work. All right. So while my computer's messing up, we're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling like we do about this time. If you would like to, you can help out the stream if you like. If you want to, you can do it by using, I think the Cash App is scrolling somewhere around the bottom right there. If you want to help out, just donate. Anything that you donate will go to the stream. Outside of that, if you want to help also with the stream, you can hit the like button. All right. So if you come up in here, man, just drag your finger across that like button. All right. They say it helps the algorithm. I have no idea. It just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, and I appreciate it. Also, you can subscribe and you can hit the notifications. All right. Hit the bell so you know every time we go live. All right. I don't know if I'm getting nervous or what. I'm just I can't speak right now. We have to shake this off real quick because we got some things to talk about. You feel me? So we got to get this up out of here. All right. Let me check and see if I can download. Still not working. Okay. All right, we're gonna leave it alone. All right. So without any further ado, let me go over here real quick. All right, I'm over here trying to try some things and experiment with some things. All right, it just don't want to work with me. All right, so I do not have any of the what is it called, icebreaker questions as of now. Right now, my pages is not wanting to load for me, so I'm gonna just let that be. And we'll just jump right into this thing because we are a little bit behind time. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. Let me see. Who do I got up in the building, man? Okay. So haven't seen her in a while. She's been busy making some moves. She told us she's been getting promoted and making some things happen. So it's always good to see her back in the building. Can y'all please give me a warm or give her a warm round of applause for Miss B in the building?
Hey y'all.
Hey, long time no see. How's it been?
It's been hectic, but I'm here today.
Okay, I like that that little hair and you know what I'm saying? You got the little wavies up in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slay queen, slay. Looking good. How you been? You got a little glow about you. What's going on?
So I got me a new job.
Come on now.
I got me a new man.
I knew it. I knew something was up. I knew it. That wasn't no regular glow.
So
Okay.
life is good. Life been great.
Hey, that's what's up. You deserve it, man. So congratulations to you on that one. I ain't gonna bug you too bad about it. But yeah, congratulations. You know I get up all up in your business. But I ain't gonna do it.
Don't spare me.
All right. Yeah, Kay, I know you here, man. Y'all give a round of applause. Kay say I can't wait no more. But let me know I'm in. Kay, what's up, girl? How you doing today?
I'm good. Hey, Nancy girl. What's up? Girl, we missed you.
I seen the notification pop up. I said, let me go ahead and step up in here. One good time.
With the lemon pepper steppers. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah,
been MIA for a while, girl.
That big old smile.
Yeah, but I missed y'all. I told myself I was gonna get on this Sunday. But all I could do is sleep. I've been so tired. Like I work more hours now. It's kind of tiring. So now I found my little groove. Hopefully I'll be able to be on more often.
Okay, all right, yeah. Do what you got to do, man. We'll be here. We'll be here. And definitely last but definitely not least, man, give a big warm welcome to Gooch, the prophet.
Yo, what's happening with y'all?
Hey, right back ain't cheating, you feel me?
Yes, right back ain't cheating. July 23rd. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all go get that.
Yes.
I like that promo you did.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. That. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great promo, man. He's been doing a lot of things, man. He's everywhere. You can check him out here on YouTube at Gooch the Prophet. You can also find him on, I think was TikTok, was that Prophet Pressure?
Yep, Prophet Pressure.
Okay. And I think you can find him on Instagram at Big Gooch __.
Nah, I just changed it. It's profit pressure as well.
Private pressure as well. Okay.
Yep.
My paper where I usually have everybody's information did not pop up, so I apologize for not being able to give you your proper bring in, man. But my system just is not doing what it's supposed to be doing right now.
It's all good.
All right. Well, next time, I got you.
Yes, sir.
But I want to say thank you for everybody coming in.
No problem.
And a big thanks to you guys. Can't see him, but we do have Mr. Steve G in the building. He is currently streaming the show to other platforms, man. So I want to say thank you to him for coming through as well and doing that. Thank you. All right, so usually I would have some icebreaker questions, but like I said, my system just doesn't want to work right now. For whatever reason. So I do not have the ability to go in there and to pull out some icebreaker questions. So I'll just ask you how you doing today, and what you got going on. I'll start with you first. Ms. V, how you doing today and what you got going on? What you got moving and shaking? I mean, you already told us what you got moving and shaking. But is there anything else outside of that?
Blessings on blessings.
Yes.
Not really. I'm happy to see my family. I haven't seen you guys in a long time, so it's always good like seeing Aunt Dolores and Uncle Larry and them. But that's been it. Just like working and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
All right. And Mr. Goose the Prophet, man, how you doing and what you got moving, man? I know you got a lot of pieces moving.
Man, I'm just right back, ain't cheating. You
Come
know
on
what I'm
now.
saying? You
Come
feel
on now.
me? July 23rd. You dig what I'm saying? For real. July 23rd, right back, ain't cheating. And I just finished I got like 2 more songs to go. I went back over the album just to do a glaze over, some final touches, final tweaking.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, just grinding.
All right. And you said July 23rd, right?
Yep. I had to check my phone and make sure I ain't miss. It's a special day. It's a real nigga affair coming up here in a few days.
My man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's a real nigga affair. A real one. A real one was birthed on that day. You know what I'm saying?
My man.
I had to check my phone to make sure I ain't miss.
You talking about it's gonna drop in a couple days on the 11th?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. The one on the 11th. Yes, Lord.
All right. Well, yeah, that sounds good, man. Kay, how you doing? What you got going on?
Oh, I'm doing good. Had a good week. Just relaxing and chilling out. And that's about it.
Now, I believe I remember hearing something way long time ago about a book. How's that book come along?
It's coming along. I still got a few chapters I'm adding on to it, so it's coming.
I can't wait to see
Hopefully
it.
before December.
I can't wait to see it, man. Take your time, don't rush it. You know what I'm saying? Don't put it out till it's right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right. So I'm glad that everybody's here. So what are we talking about today? Well, if you've seen the heading, the title, it has to do with, I do not know how to say his name, but I'm gonna try it. Vivek Ramaswamy. He is a Republican candidate who is running for the presidential
with a name like that.
With a name like that, yes. I mean, shit. We had an Osama.
I'm so glad you put me last.
Real name.
Yeah.
That wasn't his first name.
Barack Obama.
That wasn't his first name. He had a different first name, I think.
Hussein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barack Hussein Obama. That's what they called him. At least last I heard.
Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say.
I know they called him Barry back in the day, but I definitely remember hearing that name. So and then that's after the whole, Saddam Hussein. So I mean, when we're going off of names, that's a hell of a name to try to jump a hurdle over. But Ramaswamy is like, man, I'm about to make it happen. Now, for those that don't,
Vanessa, what kind of shirt you got on? Because
this is not the freaking Nova shirt fashion.
It's like it's moving and stuff.
said that. Like, am I tweaking?
Well, yes.
Black and white striped shirt.
What is it?
That John like an optical illusion. Like it's just study,
Right.
just
It
you know what I'm
do.
saying?
It really do. I'm up there like, wait, is this a camera or is this a shirt like this for real?
Hey, I
Look,
could not tell. I
Oh,
could
I
not
got
tell.
you. I'm sorry, my bad. I seen
My,
a comment. That's
yeah. From Mr. Trap himself. He said we need that new album, Gooch.
I got you. It's coming, man. It's coming. And it's
Hey,
gun smoke. I'm telling you, it's gun smoke.
come on
Yes,
now.
Lord.
Come on now, talk your stuff. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take us back a little bit. So in this with dealing with Raswamy, he had proposed something that we covered before on the Ace of Spades podcast, and it had to do with raising the voting age to 25 with a couple of exceptions. All right, one of the exceptions was that you, I think, joined the military, you joined first responders, and you take a test, or you take a test. So any way of those could get you the ability to vote sooner than 25. So that was one of the things that we talked about. Now, I have one of the two individuals who, strange enough, they definitely agreed with what was said. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll come back and discuss it. Was it this one? I think it was. No, but there is a individual who I think may be running for president. And they think that we should raise the age limit of voting from 18 to 25.
But I think they should raise the limit to 25 because the way these 18-year-olds are going nowadays, they are not mature enough to even come to a consensus on who should run the country, who should run their neighborhoods, or anything like that.
Dizzle, what says you? Do you think that the age limit should be raised to 25, in your opinion?
I don't think it should be raised to 25, but I do think it should be higher than 18. If you just appealing to 18-year-olds, all you gotta do is make a 30-second TikTok and then shit. Look how many votes you can get.
Right. That was two individuals who agreed with that premise. And I tell you what, after this little viral moment here, man, I might agree with y'all. I don't know. We're gonna see. But there was a interview of the candidate that we were talking about and speaking about, who was on the Breakfast Club. All right, so I'm gonna play a couple clips. We'll come back, we'll talk about it. I want to get y'all opinion on what you're hearing, what you're seeing, all of the above. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and take a quick look at so raising the voting age. Here it goes.
Teslin Figaro. I'm sure Teslin has some questions. Tez, you good?
Yes, I do. So I've heard a lot of, what you think and your vision, and I'm a very practical person, and I want to kind of, opposed to talking about your opponents, let's talk about you for a moment, and let's actually talk about your policy. Explain to me your position on this civic duty voting.
Sure. So my position is, I think that every kid who graduates from high school should know the minimums about the country that we require an immigrant to know about the country in order to become a citizen. So there's a test. My mom had to pass it. Every immigrant has to pass it to this country that asks you some basic questions. What are the three branches of government? What branch of government does the U.S. president lead? Some basic questions about what is the Bill of Rights. It's like a multiple choice exam, or some of them you write in. I think that if we're going to ask immigrants to pass that test, as we should, I think every 18-year-old who graduates from high school should have to pass that as well, because young people, it goes back to that issue of pride. You don't value a country that you don't know something about. You don't value something you inherit. You value something you have a stake in creating, in building, or knowing something about.
All right. You heard what he had to say. Vanessa, what do you got to say about that?
I agree. I definitely agree. The more you know about the country and how it's operated, the more you understand how your decision impacts that. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you just voting because I know when I was younger, I didn't pay attention to voting. But Dad always said, Dad, if you're listening, if you don't do nothing else, vote for the Democrats. don't even know
Oh, no.
don't even know who the Democrat is. Okay, Dad.
Oh,
Didn't even know what a Democrat was, a Democrat or a Republican. Just, you know what I'm saying? So, I do agree wholeheartedly with what he said.
Yes. Okay. Goose the Prophet, man. What do you think about what he said so far?
I don't think it's unreasonable. I think that should be added, but I just feel like out of all things to add, you know what I'm saying? Uh, that's it's. I don't want to say it's least important, but there's more important things that we should add to the educational system than that.
Then what?
Than the vote. What he said, the citizenship test,
The civics test.
the civics test. Yeah.
So, but we already actually go through that in class. Like
Yeah, I
everything.
learned it in social studies, like
Yeah.
in elementary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or middle school one.
So it's something that we already already go over.
But I
in
guess
my
he's saying like you have to retake like a test. You know what I'm saying? Which kind of sounds like he's coming from a place of hurt in a sense. My mom had to take it, so everybody else should have to take it. And like I get it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not against it. I'm not opposed to it. I just feel like, maybe taxes, more vocational things. There's more important things that we could teach the youth, or that you know what I'm saying, that could be added rather than that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that's like number one first priority, you know what I'm saying, for born citizens, you know.
Okay. Chris, Mr. Trap says, if we don't know our history, how do we know where we are going? I
It's true.
agree.
Very true.
Yes. He was amongst with me with one of the ones that kind of did not agree in the beginning.
Mhm.
I still don't know. I'm still on the fence, but I'm gonna check and see what the rest of this what the rest they got to offer here. Kay, what says you? I think we already heard what you had to say, but what do you say about this? Do your views still the same, or did it change?
No, my view is still the same. When I was in eighth grade and in high school, we had to take that test. Because it was important for us to know not just the history of the country that you live in, but it's important to know your government and how the government is ran, in the country that you're from. So I get what he's saying, and on top of that, it's important. I mean, the thing is, how an immigrant outside of your country, where you were born and raised, know more about your country than you do.
Yes.
I mean, we should definitely know more about the country and how it's ran than an immigrant do.
Yes, I agree with you on that one. Now, well said, well said. So now there's an interviewer who's going to come in and interview and ask some questions of the candidate. We're going to start getting into that. Let me see, to raise the voting age.
We have Teslin Figaro. I'm sure Teslin has some questions. Tez, you good?
Yes, I do. So I've heard a lot of, what you think and your vision, and I'm a very practical person, and I want to kind of, opposed to talking about your opponents, let's talk about you for a moment, and let's actually talk about your policy. Explain to me your position on this civic duty voting.
Sure. So my position is, I think that every kid who graduates from high school should know the minimums about the country that we require an immigrant to know about the country in order to become a citizen. So there's a test. My mom had to pass it. Every immigrant has to pass it to this country that asks you some basic questions. What are the three branches of government? What branch of government does the U.S. president lead? Some basic questions about what is the Bill of Rights. It's like a multiple choice exam, or some of them you write in. I think that if we're going to ask immigrants to pass that test, as we should, I think every 18-year-old who graduates from high school should have to pass that as well, because young people, it goes back to that issue of pride. You don't value a country that you don't know something about. You don't value something you inherit. You value something you have a stake in creating, in building, or knowing something about.
All right. I'm gonna go to the comment section. I'm gonna come right back real quick. Trap says, I still don't agree that the age limit to vote should be raised or taking a test, but I do believe a voter should know the history about the country. All right. Yeah. I can see that. And I don't even think it's necessarily the history of the country. I think it's more so the way it's ran. Not so much the history. All right. So with that being said, Vanessa, what do you agree with the premise in which he laid out that people that have the right to change or have the ability to change a country should at least know its how it's structured and what it does?
Absolutely, because I feel like that could play a role in our next leader. So, they should know, you know, every every candidate stands for something different. And I feel like the people who are voting, the voters should know, you know, what's going on. So they feel like they've chosen the best candidate instead of just going down to the ballots and voting, or like I used to do, pick the Democrats. But you should know, like, they have different beliefs. Do they believe in the same thing as you? Do you even know what they're talking about? Stuff like that. I feel like they need to be well versed before they vote. And I don't agree with the 25-year-old voting limit. I feel like 21 is good, or is it 18?
Right now, or what it would be?
What right now?
Right now, it's 18 to vote.
Yeah, I feel like 18 is a good age to vote. I feel like not everybody's gonna be mature enough to vote at 25. I mean, it depends on the person. I don't feel like it's an age thing.
Okay. Bet that. All right. So I would say that I forgot what I was gonna say. I got a new subscriber. Thank you so much. I think it was Aaron. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say on. Oh wait, no. I was gonna say in regards to what, because I think Dizzle made an excellent point when he said, nowadays all you have to do is make a TikTok, a 60-second TikTok, and it can move the world. So do we want that type of power in people's fingerprints, or right at the hands of people? What says you, Gucci Prophet?
I think that the voting age should stay the same. I don't see. Yeah, I think the voting age should stay the same. As V said, you may not be mature at 25. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I think it should stay the same.
Okay. Mr. DisRiz says, I think it went away. I think after this interview, the on the Breakfast Club, the black vote is going to lessen. It was a good interview. We'll get into it as we keep going. Okay. What says you? Do you think that like Dizzle was saying, man, you can make a TikTok and everybody jumps on board, and now we have, who knows, is president based off of a nice viral TikTok? Do you think that should be a thing that we should look at raising the age, or keep it the same?
I still stand by. I think we should raise it to 25 because I mean, by the age of 25, your mindset is a lot different than it is at 18. At 18, you don't really care who's running the country, how the country is being ran. You just know that you finally free from your under your parents' supervision, and you just want to go out and do what you want to do.
Okay. Well,
So the maturity should be a lot different, but if it's not, then something wrong. It's like
Okay.
25, you should already have your career, you know, uh, planned and, whatever you know, want for the rest of your life. But if you just, out here willy nilly, then, I mean, we in the world of trouble.
All right. All right. Now, I got a quick question. So okay, so one of the questions that he brought up was the you have to know the what was it? You have to know the three
Three
pillars
branches
of the
of government.
don't you say nothing, Kay. You go last. Three branches of the government. All right. So I want to know. I want to know who. Let's see who knows the three branches of government. Starting with V first. V. What is one of the branches of the government? Let's see if you would have been able to vote. Uh-oh. V, you there? Ah, dang it. She done messed up the process. Goose Profit, man. I'm gonna go with you first. Give me give me one pillar of government.
Judicial.
Judicial. All right. And then K, finish out the rest of the two.
The executive and do just branch.
Wait, I think Prophet said judicial.
Is legislation
It's legislative.
That's yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys would have been able to vote. Let's see what
I got an A in social studies.
I did not. Let's see what Steve had to say. Steve said Chicago, Inglewood, Woodland.
Chicago, Inglewood, and Woodline in the house. Okay. Those are three different neighborhoods in Chicago.
Okay.
Chi-town, stand up.
Yeah. There it is. And then he laughed at me because I messed that up. And then judicial, I figured that was probably gonna be legislative.
I think Vanessa said something.
Hey, you in here?
Yeah, what you said?
Oh, it's too late. You missed it. You missed it, girl. You missed it. I was trying to see if you would have been able to vote. The question was what's the three branches of government?
Legislative, executive, and judicial.
There it is. All right. Which one does the president hold?
Legislative.
Negative.
Judicial.
Okay.
No, it's not. You want me to tell him?
Yeah, tell her which one it is.
It's the executive branch.
There it is.
See?
The executive. Yeah, you would have failed. You can't vote now. You would have failed.
You see what I'm talking about? Got to be 33. Can't even vote now.
The Congress holds the legislative branch, the judicial is the judges, and the executive is the president.
I'm gonna ask my 15-year-old daughter.
Who said? Wait, say that again. Which one's the switch?
Executive is the president. Legislative is like Congress and Senate, and the judicial is like judges.
Judges. Oh, okay. All right.
The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll go with that one. I think that let me see. We got another one here. All right. I have a feeling none of us would have been able to vote actually in that time. I know I definitely couldn't have voted. So we're going to look at another one. All right. So this is basically, I think, where he tried to make the cameraman look stupid. He is referring to DJ Envy. Let's take a look at that.
So let's prove your point. Nick, our camera guy, do you know the three branches of the federal government?
Over 24, so it don't matter.
But I'm just saying, but nobody knows there are 24. Red, do you know the three branches?
Executive.
All right, so there they go with that portion of the. Oh, did I put two of them up here? With that portion of it. So I feel like it's kind of a flex to be like, look how stupid we are. We don't even know the three branches of government. I don't know. How should we have taken that? The fact that he went and asked a cameraman, Vanessa, to show that he wouldn't have known it.
I mean, it's true. How do you know? Why do you? I get what he's saying. I mean, to an extent. Why do you need to vote and you don't even know the three branches of the what you call it? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Goose the Prophet Man, it seemed like it was almost a flex to be like, look how stupid we are. You shouldn't do this to us. How did you read him trying to show that the cameraman doesn't even know the three branches of government?
I think he's validating the point, that that is something that it is an issue, and it's something that needs to be taught a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Again, I just don't think it's the most important. But if you are gonna teach that, we gotta teach how much power the president has, and how laws are getting passed, and who to vote out of the judicial. You know what I'm saying? And things like
Yeah,
that.
but they
How to
gotta know
vote on
what
the.
those three things are first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true.
what
But
it
see,
And
takes
that's
to
how
the
talk
and
thing
the
about.
when
It.
power
you
that
in
it
social
needs.
studies, when they talk that, okay, back in the 90s when they talked that, they talk about all that, how the bill is made and everything. They even had cartoons for the kids telling about how the bill is made.
Oh
Sitting
yeah.
up on
So,
Capitol Hill or something like that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Schoolhouse Rock,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, again, Kay, it seems like it's like we're gloating that we're stupid in a sense, right? To be like, oh, show them how stupid we are that you can't even name the three branches of government. That's what I took from it. What did you take from it?
I mean, I took from it that people from other countries are looking on the outside like I can't believe that they actually got the freedoms and the rights that they got, and they don't even know their own country. They looking at us like we the dumbest country, on the planet,
We kinda are.
just based off.
If you look at the numbers,
We kinda
Exactly,
are.
yeah, yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
and that's the whole point.
Hey, we lead in gun violence. I mean, that's number one in that, I'm sure. So
Right.
we got
Well, the
something
country
for
was designed. Don't get me to preaching,
that.
because this the
Come
way it
on,
was the
Reverend.
design. This the way it was designed, man. They wanted it like this. They intended it to be
Yeah, but the
just the way
thing
it is.
is, the people on the outside don't know that. They just looking at it as that we don't value education at all.
Well, then that makes them dumb.
I mean, it's kind of true though, because if you're not, the thing is how useful you are, and if you're not useful, you're just a waste of space, and they're gonna find somewhere to put you.
Cause in other countries, baby, you gotta learn. You gotta know something.
You got to do something, man. Motherfucker,
Man,
you got to specialize in something. It could be anything, but you have to specialize. You see people that go take decades just to learn how to fillet a blowfish.
But if you, I mean, I understand that. I'm just saying that, if somebody's from see, in the studies from WD Fard Muhammad, he always says that you got to do the knowledge before you do the wisdom, then you get the understanding. So if you're looking at a situation and you say, man, these people are dumb, if you're a person of any type of intelligence, or if you have any intellect, you'll say, well, why are they dumb? How did they get to this point? And then when you go back and research, you know what I'm saying, you'll come across the facts that, you know what I'm saying, they want to keep us dumb. You know what I'm saying? I don't think.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
but but it's people out here that say, okay, they want the system that got it set up for us to be done, so I'm just gonna be done, and they
yeah,
accepting
yeah,
it and they living
yeah,
like that,
yeah. Those are, and yeah, and like I said,
and it's
WD.
becoming the majority. It's not like it's the minority. It's becoming the majority now.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody's in a dream state, and in the matrix, and they don't want to be woke up and deal with real life. You know what I'm saying? We refer to them as dumb, deaf, and blind. You know what I'm saying? That's the 85%. you know and that's, I mean, a lot of people, that's the reason we talked about this a few podcasts back, when we were talking about Africa, how Africans look, you know what I'm saying, towards African Americans. You know what I'm saying? So I think I definitely feel where you're coming from. People just choose to be ignorant, and
but
it's
when it
dead
comes to
insane.
the three branches of the government or whatever? Or I feel like we learn that in school.
We
So
do.
ain't no reason they shouldn't even know that much. They not even retaining what they learn in school.
I mean, but you know, they teach us a lot of the whole education system needs to be reformed. You know what I'm saying? If you know, if we gonna, that's what I'm saying. If we gonna say, all right, we need to reform education. Let's. Why is that the starting point? I mean, if it can be the starting point, as long as there's some added on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like we have got to start teaching our youth, you know what I mean, about credit, about taxes, about investing, how banking works, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And you know, I think there was I took a finance class in like 11th grade, you know what I'm saying? But I think that was an elective, but I think it's something that should be taught, you know what I'm saying, as a main course of study.
So can I ask you a
But see,
question then?
the taxes and stuff are part of the government.
Right. I was sure finna
Yes,
say that.
So
yeah,
you
that's
still
true.
would have to know those aspects of government
Well,
in order to
I'm
learn
not
about
saying
taxes and stuff like that.
I'm not saying I'm not opposed to it, and I'm not saying that to not add that in there into the studies or into the educational system. I agree it should be added in there, you know, but just along with other stuff as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it kind of starts with the government, with some of the things that you're talking about adding on to. I think that definitely is where it starts. Because if you're electing someone who's against, you know, those things, then it could hurt you. Um, so I think that you got to know, you know, at least at a ground level, um, you got to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So you can at least know how
Yeah.
to vote for people that are in your best interest, um, and knowing how the system works. Because you said I think somebody
And
said
knowing what to look
see how
for.
much the president has, how much power they have. I really don't think the president has that much power. I would say the Senate has that much power, and the House has that much power. I don't think that the president has that much power. But then you know you'll learn that in the checks and balances, right? So not one just over supersedes the other. Um, but yeah,
I like I said, I agree. You know, I just think that again, you know, we gotta reform the whole education system.
but that's how you reform the education system. So there's
Yeah,
somebody
because you got to
called
look at
Ron
it like this.
He's
DeSantis
not
If
that
you
is
learn
mentioning
about the
nothing
well,
else.
there's
government,
somebody that's in Ron DeSantis that's in Florida right now. He's
Yeah,
trying to get rid of certain books, right?
yeah,
How did he get to that position? He was voted in, right?
yeah.
So
Correct.
before
Well,
you
that
can
other guy
change,
got caught smoking crack with a homosexual, so it was
but he got
it was
oh yeah,
it
the
was
black dude. Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was he kind of won by default. You know what I'm
But
saying? Type shit.
he got voted in, right? So I mean, you're
Yeah.
starting at the base level of it, of trying to
Hmm.
fix the things that I agree with you. There are some other issues that you might want to look at, but I think that that's the starting point to get to those other things. But if you don't even know how the shit works, you know what I'm saying? And you're just going out voting because you either seen a TikTok or your parents told you to do it, or you know what I'm saying, whatever reason, that but not because you know yourself, then I think that could, you know,
right?
potentially.
And
I'm
then
not saying you're wrong though, but I'm just I see where you're coming from. And I agree with you, but I think that it is built upon, you know, the voting mechanism.
And that's just all I
and
heard him
along
say.
with
I
that,
didn't
you
hear him
get to,
say nothing else about adding anything else.
and
He just
along with that, that's how you learn the Constitution and your laws and your constitutional rights and things of that matter too. So it is important, you know, and they do need to bring it back in school. You know, I do agree with that part.
Oh, but we just getting started. This is the beginning of the end. Why don't y'all check this out for me real quick?
Well, I got a test. I got a
See what I'm
test.
saying? It's
I would like to see if you're willing to pass. Because I believe in, just as you believe in civic engagement, I believe in changing the ideas of what political opponents look like, what they should look like, or political candidates. Are you willing to take a test with me quickly? Because I just have a couple of questions for you.
I will, absolutely.
So just
and the way this is opening up, I have a feeling I'm about to fail it, but that's good. Let's do it.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. This is where it kind of goes a little crazy, okay? I just wanted to forewarn you and give you, as you can see, he himself knew that shit was about to hit the fan, all right? So with that premises, I'm gonna stop and read a comment real quick, and then we're gonna jump right back into the next scene. Steve says, "Sounds like my baby mama." Okay, ooh, it's about to get deep. All right, so let's check out. Let's check out the next one. She's gonna get into him voting and his first time voting, and she's going to jump on that right there. So let's take a look at that and see if it makes sense.
So you mentioned, the pride of being an American and how important it is to have pride in this country. I'm also a veteran, by the way, for the United States Air Force. So when is it that you voted for the first time?
I voted in 2020.
Okay, so you're how old again?
I'm 37 years old.
So for how many years you sat around and did not get involved at all in any civic engagement? Is that my understanding?
A long time is the answer. And actually, that's what I wrote this book about. I'm not holding myself out as some sort of model. I'm actually offering myself as a self-reflection of my journey as a citizen to whom this country has given much, right? As an adult, when you have kids, it changes your perspectives. I'm very honest about that.
All right. So how you think the interview's going so far, V?
You said, how do I think it's going so far?
Yes.
I mean, she have a point. Like, it's time to get to the hard questions. He asked them easy questions, but I feel like she's going towards, you don't need to know those things to vote, but rather these things that she's finna get into. These are more pressing issues right here, not what he's talking about.
All right, remember that you said that. Okay. Goose the Prophet, what do you think about so far how the interview is going so far?
It seemed pretty smooth. I don't see nothing wrong with what he said. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I can understand that.
All right. And of course I know Kay, but how do you feel about how the interview's going so far?
I felt like she had an attitude to begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because he is a man of color, but because he's not a black man, you know what I'm saying? She feel like that she automatically feel like he's not qualified.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, speaking of qualifications, I think she's about to specify what her ideas of classifications are for a little bit here, I believe. So let's take a look.
She about to get on my nerves.
Let's see if so V can talk about the important things that she's talking about. Let's take a look at it.
You've been sitting around in the country that my ancestors built for about 20 years. Your parents came over as immigrants, brought you over. You made millions, according to your resume, off of this country, and you have absolutely not been involved in civics. One, not voting, and two, let me just ask, because I know you mentioned earlier you don't want to sit around at the debate and talk about accomplishments. Let's make the accomplishments pretty simple. In high school, were you ever a class president or take any leadership role? Because your opponent did, Chris Christie. He was the class president. So have you ever taken any leadership at all on anything? Or just
all right. So the important issue here is have you in high school was you class president? What do you think about that, V?
I recant. I don't think you need to. My bad. I spoke too soon, put my foot in my mouth. Yeah. I don't know where she's going with that. You don't need to be a class president to be able to be president or know anything that's going on with the election. No.
Okay.
Class president be most popular anyways these days.
Come on now. All right. So V says she don't quite know what's going on right here. It ain't what she thought it was. All right.
She about to get real stupid, V.
No, not Kay.
All right, Goose the Prophet. One of your credentials should be that you ran for class president before you run for president. How you feel about that?
I think that's kind of irrelevant. However, I do definitely feel what she said as far as like, came over here, and you got rich off us, you know what I'm saying? And when she said like we built this country, you know what I'm saying, off our backs in the hot sun. So like I feel that, but I think that the class president question was irrelevant. I
Okay.
mean, I get why she asked it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, have you ever been in a leadership position? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Which is important. It is important to have some leadership experience. You know what I'm saying? If you're applying for a management position.
all right. Well, we remember you said that. All right.
I'm saying, how much does class president prepare you to be an actual president, though?
None.
I don't think that does. Maybe she probably could have phrased that differently, but
Oh, she's gonna. This is not the last time you're
Oh
gonna hear
no,
that.
she's
But
gonna put
anyway,
her foot in her mouth some
yeah, yeah,
more.
yeah.
What?
You're gonna hear some more about that. Kay, about her saying about class president. Was you expecting for it to go there?
Okay, I've seen the whole video,
That's why
so
I
I
asked
mean,
you a
I
specific question.
already know. I mean, when I first watched it, no,
Okay.
I didn't expect for her to get idiotic and say, were you class president or anything like that. But Gucci, one thing I do want to tell you, what you said about him coming over
Come
here,
on,
and
Kay, you killing me, Kay. You
I'm not
killing
going in on
me.
that.
Well, I was going
Can I
to.
just?
You are. That's why I didn't say. That's why I asked you a specific. I know you've seen the video. Go ahead, Kay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when you said that, I just want you to watch the rest of the video and then think back to what you just said when you said he got rich off of our back coming over here and stuff like that.
all right.
All right.
See, I ain't giving nothing away.
Well, I was gonna come back to him and basically what you said. I was gonna say that to set up for the next clip.
You making Marcus nervous.
really nervous because you seen
Because
the video.
I'm so ready to go in. I want him to get to the nitty gritty because I'm so ready to go in because I'm sick and tired
But
of people
not
like
everybody has seen it, so I gotta walk them in there. I can't just throw them into the
this. I
room.
know that's why I asked you to put me last.
Copy that. Copy that. We're gonna go with Messiah. Messiah says she asked about class president since he had no civic background in adult status. Yes, she did go to all the way back to there. Oh, she's gonna matter of fact explain her background as well. But let me go to I think this might be the one that Kay was mentioning about setting the record straight, but I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna see.
Can I just correct a couple factual things that are kind of important? My parents didn't bring me over to the country. I was born in this country, and I'm proud of that.
I know you were born here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio.
You mentioned my parents.
I'm saying your parents were immigrants. My apologies.
And that's all right. You said your parents brought you over to this country. I
yeah,
thought I
my
would set that record straight.
I mean, they were immigrants, but let's not go down the water hole.
No, we're not going to water. I just want to correct a couple facts, and then the other thing is
you were born here in Ohio.
I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's right.
Right. So you've been here your entire life. So the question is. Did you take any leadership role in middle school, high school, class president?
I did.
I know you played tennis. What is it? Explain it to us.
Student council. But I think that this is yes, I have held leadership roles over my life, but those don't qualify me to do what I'm doing now.
All right. Did everybody hear the position that he said he held?
Student council.
Student council. That is correct. Remember that is going to be used for later. All right. So now that one was a little bit hard to watch because I don't know if you noticed, but he was just trying to simply state the fact of what was going on. Now, this is when I kind of knew, okay, we're kind of we're getting like, this is more than just an interview. Like, it seems like there's some disdain for this. Yeah.
Like personal.
Exactly. Did you pick up on that as well, or?
Yeah. So after she asked the student president thing, I could just tell like her gestures, her mannerisms, it just wasn't giving, it's just not a normal interview. You gonna know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of aggression in her voice, and I hate that because it's giving angry black woman. Angry black woman.
Yeah. I think you're right. Hit it right on the head. Goose the Prophet. Does this seem like a good faith argument right now, or am I tripping? Like, because it seems like it's kind of a little bit something more. But what do you think about that?
I think it's getting personal. But this goes to, you know, I mean, they let the woman up there. They
Yeah.
got her up there interviewing them. What you expect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like that's how a lot of our, no offense to the black queens, but that's how a lot of our black women are. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When you're talking to them and you stating facts, or you know what I'm saying, it just get like that. That's the same.
Okay.
It happened with Envy and what's the Ebony K. Williams.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Envy, we'll check in with him in a minute as well. Kay, yeah, this seemed to be going a little bit off the rails so far. I felt like it was something a little bit more there. What do you think?
She felt like that, her questioning was so important when it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you being having some type of leadership role. I mean, you didn't even give the man a chance to even try to explain what type of leadership roles he had, even though he did, you know, a little later on. But at the same time, it was like, you know, I feel like if a candidate needs to be in a leadership role from elementary school all the way up, you know, how can they serve a country of people that haven't been in a leadership role? That's just like a millionaire being around a bunch of millionaires, but want to do for the poor, but don't know the needs of the poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely hear that. Now, let me see. I think this next one, immigrant. Okay, so now, mind you, she was talking about I'm a veteran with the United States Air Force. You ain't voted and you just been sitting around. So we're gonna take a look at him sitting around real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll see if it's good enough or not for him to just sitting around. Oops.
It kind of does. Okay, well, it kind of does. Well, I'm giving the test. I'm the test administrator.
All right, there you go.
So it kind of does, because when you go from saying I want to go to the highest office,
and I'll tell you, I've led companies as well. Is the other leader?
Right,
the main leadership role I've played is and I want to talk about one early part of your premise that I also want to say, to bring it to the country point. The other point, you use the word sitting around. I'm not somebody who's saying I want the next generation, my kids' generation, to have more civic duties when they graduate from high school and college than I did when I did. That being said, I wasn't sitting around. I've developed medicines, 5 of which are FDA-approved products today, one of which is a life-saving therapy in kids, 20 of whom die by the age of 3 if they're not treated, 70% of whom now live lives of a normal duration. Another one for prostate cancer. So I don't apologize for making contributions. But
all right, so he had a couple of things up under his belt there. I guess he was doing while he was sitting around. They're going to get into a debate, okay? And I want to see what you all think about this debate. Okay, so do you view the work that he does as contributing? V.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Anybody who has saved lives of people and stuff like that, absolutely. That's probably more than what she's done.
Okay. What says you, Goose the Prophet? Do you think that creating medicine, helping people, do you think that is something that could be considered contributing to the community?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think is very helpful.
Okay. And what says you, Kay? Do you think that contributing, helping with medicines and helping people in that manner, do you think that's contributing to the community?
Okay, this is what I want to say. No offense To anybody that has served in the military, I salute you all. Thank you for your service. I love y'all. But there is more than one layer of service out there. There is more than one layer of community service out there, whether you served in the military or not. Developing medicine and life-saving things is a part of service. And that's what people don't understand. Just because, it don't have the word service after it, don't mean that you're not being a service to your community, to your country, or anybody else.
All right. I'm gonna take a look at the well said. I'm gonna take a look at the comment section real quick before we proceed. What she gonna do says what she gonna do says Steve, man. Messiah says maybe I'm looking at this like other debates that can get personal. But her question is, did you service to the community without self-reward / purpose? And Messiah also says he is a great doctor, but this is not that field. I just keep thinking Trump. Well said, Messiah. So okay, well, we're gonna get into that in a little bit later. When it comes to service without a purpose. All right, we're going to talk about that one, but we're going to take a quick look at this is Captain Save 'em. We're gonna do a Captain Save 'em real quick, and then we'll move on. I just found this a little bit funny.
Well, I don't want you to filibuster that because
Just
that's not the
yeah.
question that I asked. And I don't consider as a veteran, I'm talking about service. I'm not talking about what you
Civic
did for
service,
profit.
yeah.
I'm not talking about what you paid people to do with your
So
company. I'm not talking about
I've not served the country
because that
in the way
means
you
nothing
have.
to me.
You do
what I'm
realize
talking,
she hasn't been able to ask a question. She's been trying to
Go
ask
for
a
it,
question,
yeah.
and you've been talking over her.
I'm
and
all ears.
We gave you the platform to let you say
Seems
what
a
you
little
said.
defensive.
I'm all ears. No, I was just correcting a couple
She hasn't had a chance
facts.
to
That's
ask a
all.
question yet. Every
Go
time
ahead,
she
Ted,
tries
ask
to
the
ask a
question.
question, you've been cutting her off. Go ahead, Ted.
I'm all ears.
Right.
All right, so V, do you agree with the beige rage? Has he been cutting her off continuously throughout this conversation?
She asked him a question, and I feel like he went to answer, and then she started interjecting. I could be wrong.
Okay. Let's see if Goose the Prophet said anything different. Does it seem like he's jumping in on her question, or that she's asking, or like interrupting her, or is it vice versa?
I got to say that I agree with Messiah everything except for the Trump thing because I like Trump. But in this particular situation, I don't necessarily know. I do kind of feel like he's not handling the situation properly. He's not handling the situation like a leader. He's getting in his emotions. Where he should just be sitting there being quiet, poised, and answering the questions as they come. And I feel like he's getting a little personal, and he has interjected a couple times or tried to overtalk a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And it's their platform. So
Interesting. Okay. Kay, do you think that he's been rude to her this whole time, or do you think she's been rude to him this whole time, or have they been rude to each other, or nobody rude at all?
I think she's been rude to him the whole time. I think the fact that when she got the service, that's when her attitude had changed and she started getting a little bit more aggressive. But I think it's basically been a back and forth. She been cutting him off, so he, did a little cutting off, so forth. But because she served in the military, I think she feel like because he never served in the military, she feel like that he's not qualified for anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's pissing her off. And on top of that, I think Envy, because that's his friend and he know her or whatever, he's just trying to, what I'm saying, interject, take over, whatever. But yeah, I think she's just all the way in the wrong. You know, because she's not even allowing him to answer his question fully. You know, before she interjects. So when he start interjecting, then it's a problem.
Yeah, because I think what I'm seeing is I'm seeing her asking a question, him responding to a question. She's not really liking what he's responding to, and then jumping in there and saying what she wants to say. So I don't think, from my perspective, I could be wrong. It doesn't seem like she's like asking a question and then letting him answer the question. But I could be 100% wrong. So with that, we're going to look at the thing that I named the question. Let's see what the question is.
So my question again is, you're trying to, your goal is to raise the standard, and you're saying you want people to believe in country and you want people to have civic engagement. Yeah. And sir, I just find it very telling that you haven't had any civic engagement at all and haven't been at all. And when I say sit around, I don't mean you haven't done anything. I'm talking about in regards to service, because one thing about political office, the same way that you want to change.
Let me give you a heads up. This is a little long.
People look at politics and look at this country. I want to change how people look at politicians. And when I see that someone hasn't did anything at all to be of service to mankind, to take a leadership role, it's not good enough to just be on city student council. Were you a leader? All of that applies. Have you been able to get anybody in the room at any time, from a high school gymnasium to Ohio, Republican leadership there to now? Have you been able to get anybody in a room to believe in this vision? I don't agree with a lot of your vision statement, but I do know you've been going around having these discussions and getting everybody emotionally worked up to talk about vision and debate. But I want to get to the practical. You're trying to go from preschool to president of the United States. You're skipping over city council, county council, mayor, governor. You want to go straight to the top. So my question is, this a PR? Is this for the PR, the perception of reality? Or can you point to any leadership where you've been able to get people to believe in what you're talking about that they're not paid to do on any of these vision statements that you have? If not, then to me, it's a moot point, because you're holding a standard that you haven't met yourself.
Okay, and now we're at the end of that. All right. So I think I hit something bad. Now we're at the end of that. Is this not the very first question that she asked, and he said student council?
He answered her question.
Yeah. He answered her question. Then she said it was irrelevant.
Exactly.
You know?
So I'm guessing she wanted to hear that he was a mayor or something like that. But you didn't ask him that. You asked him a question. Was he class president? But now you get mad because he didn't tell you he was the mayor or on the city council team or something like that.
Yeah, just remember you said mayor, because that's going to come back again too. Who's the prophet? Again, I think that he's shown great restraint. I think that he's shown some poise. I believe that what we're witnessing is a bad interviewer. And I think that she's all over the place. I think that she wants to get him so bad, but she has nothing to go off with. Now, maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like that question was already asked in the beginning. We're still stuck on what service have you done? Am I wrong?
From the way I see it, I think that she didn't get her. I think she was asking, "Hey, have you ever been a class president or any type of leadership?" And then in this last go round, she said it's not. She acknowledged his answer, which was the student council. It's not enough to just be student council. Have you ever done any type of politics or did any type of political leadership or service? And that's what she's asking. It seems like I don't think that the interview is bad. I think that from what I've seen so far, I do think she did get a little out of pocket, not out of pocket, a little emotional or a little personal, in the beginning, with the whole immigrant thing. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, I don't see nothing. I didn't see no flaws in the interview.
All right, man. I feel like you're riding for the queen, man. Blindly. The reason why I say that is because to ask somebody what you've done, they name it, and then you say that's not good enough. This is not King of Spades, so I'm not going to go too deep on it. But I think that that's disingenuous. Why even ask me what I've done just to tell me it's not good enough?
Well, I don't think that she asked him what he's. She said you sat around.
Would you like me
So
to play it back for you? If I
yeah,
played it back for you? Okay.
yeah. Play
All
it
right.
back.
I believe it was the very first one that she was on, where she asked, "Have you done anything?" Because she mentioned Chris Christie. Chris Christie is a senator out of New Jersey, I think.
Maybe she didn't specify her question enough.
Now, which one, man? You moving the goalpost?
Nah,
You
I'm
doing
not
what she
moving. I'm
doing?
not
Are
moving
you
the
saying that she?
goalpost.
Okay, well, I'm saying that she asked him specifically what he has done, and that's not even the end of it. We still got more that she's going to ask him on that. But I will play it for you just for a clarification, though.
Okay.
Show can. I think this is this might be it. Bear with me. I'm trying to find it. Let me see. Let me see if this is it.
Oh, you've been sitting around in the country that my ancestors built for about 20 years. Your parents came over as immigrants, brought you over. You made millions, according to your resume, off of this country, and you have absolutely not been involved in civics. One, not voting, and two, let me just ask, because I know you mentioned earlier you don't want to sit around at the debate and talk about accomplishments. Let's make the accomplishments pretty simple. In high school, were you ever a class president or take any leadership role? Because your opponent did, Chris Christie. He was the class president. So have you ever taken any leadership at all on anything? Or just
all right. Now, what were you saying?
He was cutting her off right there.
He said, "I have." That was what he was cutting off. He said, "Yes,
finished.
I have."
She wasn't finished with her sentence.
Hey man, if you're riding for him, you're riding for him. I ain't even gonna hold you on it. All right, so you seen it. Everybody else seen it though, right? She asked him what he did, right? Do we need to see the response, or did we all hear the response on that one? V and K.
I'm saying it.
She said that she asked him, "Have you ever been a class president?" Because your opponent has, and he said, "I have." Is that what he said? But
yes,
I thought he said he wasn't a class president. He was on the student council.
Right. So what was the question again, Marcus?
The question was the original question for what we were watching.
No, she said, "Have you ever had some type of leadership role?"
Yes.
Like
now, mind
class
you,
president.
like he said, social. He said he was a student council number one, and he's going to say he's vice president. I'm gonna jump ahead of that. He's going to say he's vice president just for you. Number two, he's ran companies, medical companies as well,
and done volunteer work.
And done voluntary work as well. We're going to hear that later as well. Yes.
Okay, I would have to just I haven't seen the whole thing. So,
but you've seen what we've been
based
doing
on what
now,
I've
though, right?
seen. Based on what I've seen, I don't think that there's nothing wrong with the questions. I think that they're both like he jumped in before she just right there. He jumped in before she finished her question. She wasn't done. You know what I'm saying? And due to the fact that she already probably taking it personal or feeling some type of way about this situation, that's just all that's needed to set it off. You know what I'm saying? But he did interject before she completed her sentence.
All right, and what I will say too, that maybe the fact that I cut this up does not really give it justice. I would encourage anybody who wants to see the full clip to check it out to get a better understanding of maybe what I'm lacking on expressing or showing the truth of what's happening. But that's an option as well. But I want to get to some of the comments before I get to you, Kay. This says, I smell angry black woman vibes. Cut it out. Stop it. She's taking this interview very personal. I can definitely see how you can see it that way. Hey, fam, what up, Queen D in the building, man? Let's give it a round of applause, Queen D in the building, man.
Hey, Queen D.
You can find her and Kay, possibly V one day on the Queen of Spades podcast every Wednesday on at 7 o'clock Central Time. And who else is over there? Disriz says, hey, as well. All right, so I believe what I was talking about was did he not answer that question already? Kay.
Yeah, he answered the question, but it wasn't what she wanted to hear.
Okay.
Her definition of what service is, isn't what the actual definition of service is. She was looking for him to say, "Oh yeah, I've been in Congress, I've been in the Senate," but if you look at some of these presidents out here that has been involved in the government, throughout their careers, you see how the country ended up. So I mean, maybe it is time for another person that has never been, served in a government setting. You know what I'm saying? That can clearly see on the outside looking in instead of the inside looking out.
Yeah, and I would even disagree with you on that, Kay. I think she even said she's not even counting governmental service. She wants to know if you did Boy Scouts, if you did class president, if you did something of that nature. Matter of fact, I think she's going to talk about some more services. We're going to watch this and we'll come back and talk about it.
So if you're only going to count government service, you're absolutely
no, not government
right.
service.
Okay.
Student council in the 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th. Were you a leader? Did you do anything to rally anybody? Did you fight for better lunch? I did in the 6th grade with Miss Harris. I'm not talking about government. I can go all the way back from the 5th grade every year, sir, because people who are in service to this country, if you're going to go around saying you want people to believe in this country that I signed up to die for, then I want to make sure that you're holding that same standard. So not government, not political. Let's not get it confused. I'm saying, have you did anything of service that we can point to say he is a good leader, like Chris? And I'm not even a fan of Chris Christie, but he was the student council president in high school. So have you done anything of service besides yourself that has not benefited yourself? It's just a simple question.
Oh my God, I can't wait till you get to this.
Yo, V. I was line leader in the 3rd grade. I think that should definitely qualify me to be president. According to what she's talking about. Is this making any sense to you?
Absolutely not. I feel like it's totally irrelevant. I don't like her tone. It's like she's almost yelling and being like her whole demeanor is just, it's not cool. So I feel like it's irrelevant. I feel like those questions are grade school. We need to get down to the nitty gritty. We don't need to know who won the popularity contest to be the class president. So no, it's irrelevant and it's not necessary.
All right, I'm feeling you on that one. I don't know. To me, it seems crazy. Goose Prophet. Is she on track with something? Is she off base with something? What's your opinion? You muted. You muted.
I think that she's rephrasing the question multiple times because I don't think the question is being understood, and maybe she's not wording it properly herself. I think what she's trying to ask, he's not answering, and she's saying, "What have you done as far as an act of service to the community and the people that didn't benefit yourself?" You know what I'm saying? He did the medicines. He's a doctor, I'm assuming. But that's, there's money in that. So she's like, well, what have you done to like protest or, you know what I'm saying, some activism, community activist type thing, you know what I mean? And I think that's what she's getting at. But
well, he said that. But then he
was like,
he said that he did community.
Wait. He did say that.
Okay, what did he say that he did was community activism?
When he was in high school, he volunteered at a hospital. That's how he ended up coming up with ideas to create those type of medications and stuff for prostate cancer and things of that nature.
See, I didn't
just ask for his resume. Girl, like she should have just asked, what have you done from grade school on up? Because baby,
but see, my thing is this. Can I go ahead and go?
Say that again.
Can I go ahead and go?
Hold on. Let's make sure Gucci Prophet was done first, and then since it was directed towards him.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part in the clip where he said he volunteered at a hospital. I didn't hear that part. But if he did
We
volunteer,
ain't got to that part yet.
all right, so what I'm speaking on is based upon the parts that I've seen so far. And like I was saying, if I were to give my perspective, the prophet's perspective on what I've seen so far, I think that it is what I was saying. Like it seems like she's just having trouble phrasing the question properly for him to understand. Because if she's asked it 3 times and he didn't say I volunteered at the hospital on none of those 3 times, then there's a disconnect going on in the communication.
No, that's amazing. That is amazing. How you can't put in words that she's not saying, or assume that she's not asking the right questions. If she's asked it this many times, why? How come you can't believe her? What would it take for you to believe her? 4th time, 5th time, 100th time? Like she's giving you exactly who she is, and you're saying, well, maybe she's doing it. Maybe she's
Nah,
not
I'm
saying
not
it the
saying
right way.
I understand the question. I understood it all 3 times, but I'm saying he's not understanding it because he hasn't said and none of those times when she's
What
asking that
about
question.
when he said he was a student council?
Student council, that's one, but she came back and she said, I'm
So
not.
this is what you
She
call
came back
moving the goalpost.
and she
When
said,
when you ask a direct question. So if I ask you a direct question and
mhm.
then dismiss your question and say no, you got to go further than that, that's me moving the goalpost on you.
Well, I think she was just correcting herself as far as saying like, what I'm not just talking about student council. That's good. I'm not just talking about student council. I'm more so she specified her question the second time.
All right,
So if I
prophet. I
ask a
got
question and if
sorry.
I ask a question and you don't and you answer the question or if I say, "Hey, where you got those shades from?" You say the store and I say no. What location, what store, you know what I'm saying? Let me be more specific. Where did you get the shades from? What store? What aisle? You know what I'm saying? So I think she's just re-specifying her question. I think that the first time that she asked the question, he should have led with, "Oh, I've done student council and I volunteered at the hospital." That should have been his first answer.
All right, so there's going to be another clip that I'm going to show you. She's going to give you another example. If
Wait a
if
minute.
I'm not there yet, Kay, please wait. I got you.
Okay.
I am not going to leave you out. I swear, I am not going to leave you out. I just want to tell Prophet that I got one more clip to show him where she's going to specify exactly what she's talking about. Now, if you give her another pass, I know you're caping over here now. If you give another pass, you caping for him. I'm putting the stamp down and put it down. Hey, Prophet's perspective is he caping for him after this one? I'm gonna let him slide with the 3 or 4 that we already done.
I
That
mean,
he
I'm just
seemed to be
speaking on
making
the
excuses
facts.
on.
This is the facts of what happened.
And the facts is that she asked him a question,
And he didn't
answered
answer it properly.
V, did he answer the question?
What? What? Wait a minute.
Hold on, V.
Hold
Yes
on.
or no? Yes or no, V. In your opinion, did she answer the question? Did he answer the question? I don't know if I said that right. I can't hear you, V. I don't know if your mic is on.
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
He answered the question.
Okay, Kay, did he answer the question? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So all 3 of us heard him answer the question. You're the only one that's saying he didn't answer the question.
I didn't say he didn't answer the question. He didn't. She
He
asked the
didn't get an answer that she wanted. That's what that is.
I think he misunderstood the question.
Okay.
Because the answer that he gave was not applicable to her question. So
Okay.
she re-asked it to specify exactly what she's meaning. And
Okay.
he still didn't he gave a partial applicable answer. He said, "Okay, I was in student council." But then she had to re-specify again, like, "No, I'm talking about this." He's
All right. So I'm gonna
answering.
give you. I got
Which
one more
is
question for
confusing
you, and
because
then I'm
when
going
she
to
was
Kay.
like, your opponent had ran for class president.
Say what?
Didn't she say where your opponent, Chris Christie,
Has ran for class president? Yes.
I'm confused. How
No,
did she
you're not confused. You're not
okay.
confused. You're on track. But I got I have one more question for you. I forgot it. I have one more
Can I
question
just
for
say
you.
what I was gonna say?
Go ahead, Kay. Go in there.
Okay. So when she got to the point of saying how what service have you contributed to that did not benefit you? But from the last time I checked, being in the military is a benefit to the person that's joining the military. She got paid to be in the military, so how is that not being a service if she got paid to be in the military too?
Yeah, but
That's a
she's
great
not
point.
running.
So it shouldn't matter whether she was running or not. Service is service. He contributes to society. He contributes to society by developing medicine to save lives.
Did she
That's
say
a
that I've
contribution. That's
contributed?
a service.
Did she say that she contributed service for
All
no
right. Well,
benefit?
since you for what?
Did she?
No,
Did
she
she?
said she's talking about. She said I'm talking about that. I'm talking about service that you have not benefited from. You have made millions of dollars off of this country, and the money that he made millions of dollars off of was the patents from his life-saving medicine.
I understand that, but did she say okay? I could understand where you coming from if she said something along the lines like, "Hey, I did non-beneficial service to this country. Did you do non-beneficial service to this country?"
Re-
And I don't think that I heard her say that she didn't do any service that was non-beneficial to her.
All right. I'm so glad that you said that one. We're gonna take a list of what Taz did. Let's take a look at it.
No, it's just something I don't like boasting about. I
Well, we're
volunteer.
not boasting.
Yeah.
It's an
Not
interview.
boasting.
You're
There we go.
boasting on your vision and everything else.
I think
you
one of the
boasted on
things-
the millions of dollars that you made. So let's just throw it out. So in
I
sixth
actually
grade, I'll give you an
didn't.
example. I'll help you out. In sixth grade, Miss Harris, Miss Harris was Let me give you an example because maybe you're confused. In the sixth grade, Miss Harris was snatching papers from everybody in the classroom. So me as a 10-year-old, I went to the principal and said, I'm tired of Miss Harris snatching papers. And I organized the students around getting Miss Harris to stop snatching papers. Now, there was a consequence for that. I got suspended for 5 days for talking back, and I got in trouble. I got a spanking, and I was on punishment for months and months. But that is a simple way of organizing people. So I want you to kind of boast about it the way you did the millions of dollars and said what you did with the pharmaceutical companies. What leadership can you point to that you've been able to rally anybody around anything that is of service that you did not pay anybody to do? I think that's important for the next president of the United States.
Sure.
All right. So
I want to see his answer. I'm trying to.
You'll see his answer. The question was that you said that she didn't say anything about the service that she did. She just mentioned that she signed a petition to get the teacher who was snatching papers. That's what she did.
Yeah, that's an example of her giving. She's giving that as a simple example to say,
right.
"Hey,
But
this
it's
is what
still
I."
beneficial. It's still a beneficial service.
I mean, if it is there any? I mean, if we gonna say it like, I'm talking more so like financial gain or monetary service. You know what I'm saying? But to get back to what I was saying before I lose my thought, she's giving an example of what she's saying. This is what I mean. Have you done something like this? Because he hasn't. Did he mention it at any point in time? I feel like she asked this. This is her fourth time asking this. Have you organized any people to get to accomplish your goal? Have you done any organizing of people? Do you have any experience with organizing people and getting them to move towards a goal?
And he said, yeah. So she should refer. Is it in your adult life or how she keep referring back to high school?
Dude, V. Hold on. Let me go. Let me get. I want to make sure I get everybody answer. I heard from Prophet. I want to hear from V. V, what do you guys say?
Like I understand what LaDonna is saying, but I'm just saying, if she sees how he keep answering the question, she's referring to stuff she did in elementary school. We want to show she should rephrase the question. What have you done in your adult life, your adult years? Not why do she keep giving examples of elementary school? I don't understand. Now he done told you he ran for whatever it was. It was in high school. I think she needs to rephrase the question.
And that's
okay.
and
Now hold on, V.
that was my
Why do
original
you keep saying
statement.
she needs to reframe it if she keeps asking it the same way she wants to ask it? She's had plenty of times to elaborate the same to what you're.
I feel
what you're
like
saying.
she should ask him what has he done in
But
his adult
what if she
years.
doesn't want to know that? What if she wants to know what he did in elementary?
So she just and okay, which brings me back to what I
Did she
said
say
earlier
what he
before
did
the
in
clip.
elementary?
She's asking him what he did. Yes.
I didn't hear that.
I said that she is trying to make him look dumb. She is trying to humiliate him. That's what I said before we even went to this.
Yeah.
She is trying to antagonize him, make him look dumb, and stuff like that. That's all.
I think she's doing a good job of making them look dumb.
Great.
She ain't answered the question out of them 4 times.
I
If you're
think she
president,
making
if you're gonna
herself
be
look
president,
stupid.
you need to learn how to handle pressure. If you was gonna be a leader of the free world and you finna be the president, that shit shouldn't even bother you. You supposed to been breeze past.
I don't even think that was pressure though, because I don't think it was pressure.
We all got different prescription glasses, so we may not see the exact same thing the exact same way. Right?
He didn't look like he.
I don't believe he did either.
either.
I don't believe he did either. But we all got different prescription glasses, so we see different things based on where we're at, right?
But baby, you ain't finna keep asking me the same question after the second time, baby.
Come
We
on.
go to the next one.
Come on.
Next.
Come on. All right, Kay. I gave Prophet V, and now it's you. What do you guys say about this?
I'm just she making us as black people look real stupid. Like we can't even interview candidates with enough sense. Instead of her focus on elementary school and high school and what he did in his past life, she should have concentrated on what it is that his goals is for the upcoming election and what it is that he is planning on doing moving forward with the country.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Despite all the other mess that she had going on, but she was just so stuck on the irrelevant stuff instead of. I mean, it was so stupid to me because I'm sitting up here like you have an opportunity to interview a candidate, see what they got planned, and then so many people are hung up on what you gonna do for black people. That was your opportunity to ask those questions, but no, you want to sit up here and think you ain't. You know what I'm saying? And when you had everybody looking stupid, now every time a candidate go to a black show or something like that, they're gonna think, oh well, the questions they're gonna ask is gonna be hip hop or something to do with what kind of music do you like? Like they did come like Harris, DisRizent baby mama. But I'm just saying I mean it's so stupid. It is because I'm like, you had an opportunity to ask relevant questions and you still stuck on what he did in elementary school and high school.
Yeah. I think great point. V, are you trying to get in on another device? V. Veep. Okay, never mind. All right. I think we got another individual that's trying to come in here.
Hello.
Hey,
that was
okay.
me on accident.
Okay,
all
right. I just want to.
That what Kay was saying about them asking about hip hop and stuff. If I wasn't a person of color, I wouldn't even want to go on their show because it seemed like they on her side and they're they're doing. Oh yeah, you're interjecting and let her talk. They're all they mannerisms. If I ain't black, I ain't going on their show.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like they make black people look like we are absolutely stupid. Like we don't know no issues. We are not intelligent. It's just idiotic.
Right.
I wouldn't even say black. I would probably say Democrat. If I wasn't a Democrat, I probably would not go on that show.
The Breakfast Club.
Because right now he's Republican, and this is how they're treating him. All right, so and I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed in Charlamagne the God because I felt like he was more of an even kill type of individual, and he seemed like he was just rolling with it.
And I'll say this, but one short thing, she really had me gone when she was like, the country that my ancestors built on their back. She said that in the beginning.
Stop it, V, cut it out, V, cut it out. right. I'm gonna go to the comment section, and I think we got Mr. DisRiz trying to come in and make some noise up in here. But before we do, man, let me please give a big thank you to V, to Goose the Prop, for K Emil for coming through and doing their thing, man. Right back at you, coming in July 27th.
23rd, right back.
23rd. Okay, I was going for the 21st, but the 23rd. Right back at you, coming to you on the 23rd of July, man. Please be on the lookout for that. Big things right there. All right, so I'm gonna go check out the comment section real quick, and then we'll see if Mr. Disriz is still trying to get up in here. All right, we got a lot going on here. Hold on, let me see what I think we left off with she's a liberal, I mean rebel, says Steve. Messiah says in full clip, he did what he did for self and not the community. That's another topic that I want to get on. I do have that clip, and I do want to discuss that one as well. She asked so many times to give him a chance to provide an example or leadership and service for others. Now, if I tell you, I've already mentioned the word goalpost, don't be surprised if he says something and she tries to dismiss it. Just heads up. Ms. Zaya says, don't get me wrong, she was not proper in her delivery. Trap says, I see Prophet's perspective. A little play off of that. I like that, man. Make sure you check out Prophet's perspective. All right. Trap also says, I agree with Messiah. Trap also says she risked her life for the country he trying to run and get rich from. Who says she risked her life? You do not know that. I know plenty of people who went over there or who enrolled and didn't go, wasn't in any danger at all. Come on, E. Remember, says Messiah, the question give different results. Would you, and if there is a possibility, give different results? Trap says elementary school is crazy, laughing my ass off at V. Trap also says laugh my ass off at something else. I have no idea what he laughing at. And Steve said, don't be telling them about my BM. Hey, I told her to keep it up, to don't tell nobody. But K did throw it up there, man. Oh my goodness, K. All right, so we got some more videos, a couple more videos, two more videos actually we're gonna look at. I think what time we started? 5. Okay, yeah. We'll try to get through these and keep it going. I did however label this one moving the goalpost because I think that he does answer the question and she says that it's not good enough, but I can't remember 100%, but let's check it out.
So I've always been drawn to healthcare. That's why I ended up founding companies in that space. When I was in high school, part of what drew me into it was that I was a volunteer at a local hospital. I actually became the leader of that group of volunteers that actually discharged women who had recently given birth. That was it. Nothing big to it.
Did you do anything we can point to stand out?
But I want to say something about that because I say that in the book.
All right, so there goes what he said.
I can't hear the other question. He cut her off.
Let me go ahead and bring in the one, the only, man, Mr. DisRiz himself, man. How are you doing today, big dog?
Man, I'm cooling, bro.
He said he had to come in here and get him some of this.
I heard somebody mention my baby mama, so I'm on the way.
Oh shit! I told her not to do it. Is there anything that you've seen so far that you want to recap or talk about before we continue on with this one?
Just recap. Not really. I mean, in the beginning, the way she came at him, I thought she came at him strong, but then with her sticking to that one particular question, trying to browbeat that one particular question that was irrelevant. It was like, like I didn't see the fight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see where she had a leg to stand on. And then it seemed like, I think the full video do the viewers justice because you will see
it all.
Yeah, you get to see it all, and how the roles are reversed. Like they're making it look like he's cutting her off, but I think it was the opposite. That's my belief. Just watching.
And that's what I said earlier.
Yeah, I think we all kind of, because I know if V was able to see it, I definitely know Kay was able to see it because she watched the video. She already knew about it before I even put it out there. She'd be up on everything. So she definitely she was already familiar with the how everything was going in there. Let me see. I think Ms. Zaya says finish the clip. Would you like to run the show, Ms. Zaya? He said it was for his college submission. Yes, you are 100% right, Ms. Zaya. And we're going to first off, does anybody want to talk about the clip that we just played? I can't even remember it. Did anybody else remember? Hold on, let me play it again.
This is what he talked about his volunteer side.
I've always been drawn to healthcare. That's why I ended up founding companies in that space. When I was in high school, part of what drew me into it was that I was a volunteer at a local hospital.
Volunteer.
I actually became the leader of that group of volunteers that actually discharged women who had recently given birth. That was it. Nothing big to it.
Did you do anything we can point to stand out?
But I want to say something about that because I say that in the book.
Okay, so that was the part. Did you do anything? Did you do anything to stand out? Did you do anything to stand out? That's the part that I consider goalpost moving, right? So again, they ask a question. Did you do? He says, yes, I did do. And then they say, well, did you do anything to stand out? That to me just keeps reassuring that this is really a bad faith interview. To me, what says you, Mr. Handsome over there with the Ace of Spades gear on, man? Hey, if you don't know, man, I do got to let you know. This guy, make sure you check out his he has merch at www. Give it to me, man. I missed the paper. www.DisRiz
ENTmerch.com.
ENT.merch.com. Yes, I usually have my paper up here. For some reason, it's not working. And he also has a plethora of YouTube pages or YouTube as well. He has BoonDocks review. He also has DisRiz ENT and DisRiz TV. Man, make sure you check them out. I didn't get to give everybody their proper introductory. I definitely do apologize for that. My Mac isn't working for some reason. But yes, what do you think about that? Do you think that would be considered goalpost moving?
Yeah, I mean, because he stated, you know what I'm saying, what he's done, you know what I'm saying? But the way she keeps trying to rephrase the question is kind of like deceiving, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I perceive it just by watching it, you know, just the way she's coming off to him, you know what I'm saying? And I think what it was is that he didn't answer the question in the beginning. That's why she keep throwing it, and it's making her more matter with the interview and making the interview more biased.
All right, Steve, I don't think you was here for that portion of the show, but we did run it back and he did answer that question.
No, that's what I said. He answered it.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you said he didn't answer it.
But he didn't answer it in the beginning. So that's why she keeps reiterating
he did answer it in the beginning.
Well, I'm saying like
I gotta see that clip when he
didn't say that. He didn't say the stuff that she wanted to hear. That's what I like student council, as he was the president and vice president. He didn't say that until later on.
Yeah, you know he said those things later on. Yeah.
So I think that's why she just keeps like beating that dead horse. You know what I'm saying?
But he did mention a position in school. To be fair, he did mention one. What do you think that this is goalpost moving to be like, hey, did you do this? He says, yeah, and he's like, well, did you do anything to stand out? Like, it doesn't seem like they're just willing to really want to give him his credit.
Absolutely. I feel like that's exactly what's happening. Like, he can't, at this point, the interview might as well be over because he can't get anything right at this point in their eyes. I mean, I would just leave. They wouldn't have to worry about me no more.
Well, he didn't. He stayed there. He was a class.
Well, he's a good sport because baby, I would have walked out like Rick Ross did.
Yo, hey, where the bathroom at?
Yeah, right.
Better put some respect on my name.
Right.
He coming back.
Got like Birdman on their ass.
Goose the Prophet, man. They asked him a question. He answered it. She pushed back by saying, hey, did you do anything to stand out? Is this not moving the goalposts in your opinion?
Did he say? Did I hear him say that he organized a group of organized something in there?
Yeah.
Okay, then that definitely answers the question. You know what I'm saying? And again, I think there's a disconnect in the communication because he should have answered with those answers. Those particular answers are the correct answers to her first question. He would have led with those two particular answers. Student council, I organized, volunteered in the hospital. I think that they could have moved on to the next question. But the way that he's answering these questions, the way that he's handling it, from what I can see on the clips, he's definitely not. And I would vote Republican. I'm more so a Republican than a Democrat for sure. But like I don't think he'd be somebody I'd vote for based upon what I'm seeing now.
Yes. I'll tell you what. You're probably going to change your mind after this next clip. Okay, Emil. Do you not change your mind in the form of being on like thinking that he might have had a little answer the question correctly? You're most likely probably going to be like, I take it back here in a minute. That's just my prediction. I could be wrong. Emil, when it comes to asking him the question again, he answers it again. He gives her another example, and she says, well, did you do anything to stand out? Is that not the definition of moving the goalposts?
She did. She moved the goalpost because she felt like his answer wasn't good enough. She wanted him to say that basically he started a riot at school and it was on the news and they protested, and that's what she wanted him to say. You know what I'm saying? She don't. To me, it seems like she don't understand the aspect of leadership. What leadership is. You know what I'm saying? Leadership is not necessarily protesting or getting somebody to do something. Leadership comes in different levels. So I don't think she truly understands what leadership is to be asking anybody, do he have any other leadership anything that made him stand out? Because just leading something, being the leader of something is making you stand out because you are the leader of that group.
All right, well said. So we're going to go to this last point, and on this last point, I do have a serious question for you all. Well, not a serious question, but I do have a question at the end of it. But let's take a look at this one. This one is, I entitled this one self-interest.
If I'm being really honest, why did I do that in high school? A part of the motivation, I'll be just brutally honest with you, was that's actually what allows you to get into a good college when you graduate. Is
right.
You want
So
to check
it was
the box
about, so it was about you.
So
it was
an
about self.
So there's that, and I'm admitting that in a way that very few other people do. But I got to be honest about it. That was a big part of why I did it.
Yeah, it was about self, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to give it back to the guys. I'm going to be honest about it with you.
Yep.
Leadership is not about self.
I agree with you on that.
What I just heard is that everything is about you. And to be honest with you, this is just a PR campaign, sir. To be honest with you, and I think you're trying to go further to the right because you want the Republicans to accept you as a man of color. And I think the only way you think you can do that is to be so extreme.
I appreciate your opinion
with your positions, and I think you need to do a little bit more work in service. I'll give it back to you guys. You failed the test, by the way.
Because she did ask me a question, and then you guys said you wanted to hear a response, but I think I heard an expression of opinion. So I want to make sure you're all done before I respond to it.
Wanted to say that even then, I would still want you to point out, even at the hospital, something that you did that made you stand out on when actually taking a leadership role. But you already answered it. You said you did it because it was a motivation to get in college.
Exactly.
Which means
and
it was
I'm
about
being very
you.
honest about that. But
everything has been about you. So as a veteran,
let me tell you something. I appreciate
it's very hard for me to follow leaders that make everything about them. So you might want to work on that because it's a lot of veterans and Republicans. So you might want to work on that talking point and maybe do some volunteering while you're on the campaign trail. I'm going to give it back to Charlamagne and Envy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I say bullshit because there's a lot of fucking veterans that voted for Trump and he dodged the draft.
Oh my God.
So I don't know what the fuck she talking about. But V, I want to come to you and ask, should you take away from someone because they benefit, or something that someone does because they benefited from it?
Absolutely not. Just because, it was a 2-for-1. He did something for us, what was it? The medical thing he did at school. Yeah, it's a 2 for 1. He benefited from it, but it also other people had benefited from it also. So I don't understand what the problem is.
Okay. Same question to you, Gucci Prophet. Should what someone does be taken away because they also benefited from it? You might be muted, Gucci Prophet.
Not at all. You know, I definitely think that it shouldn't be taken from a person if if they benefited from something that they did. But you know, when it comes to sounds like just a regular job interview questions to me, and he didn't answer. That wasn't the question. She was asking, "What have you done as a leader?" You know what I'm saying? What makes you stand out as a leader? What are your organizational qualifications? You know what I'm saying? You know, stuff like that. He didn't answer the question properly.
All right.
But she didn't say
And
that.
hey, what I would say is that I think I liked his honesty, right? Because he could have just let it keep going, not said anything, and just said I
Exactly.
volunteer, right? But he was very honest to say that, look, I'm an open book, man. And that's something that you really don't get a lot, but I'm an open book. And yes, I did it, but I got something in return for doing it, but I still did it, right? So should a good deed that someone does be taken away from him because they got a benefit from it, in your opinion?
No, I do not. I mean, people volunteer all the time. Some people make them feel good. That's a benefit that they get from doing that service. I mean, if you look on any college application, it says what type of volunteer work have you done. I mean, how is she gonna fault this man for wanting to go to college and doing something to get him into college? I mean, it just sounds so stupid and idiotic. How she gonna condemn this man for doing something to get himself into college so he can get a better education? I mean, go Steve.
I agree with you, Kay. And they probably was like teaching about Rosa Parks. She was like, "Yeah, but I stopped my teacher from snatching papers out my hands." Should with a petition? Should something someone does that affects people in a positive way, should that be discarded if they get a benefit from that? Based on your opinion, Steve?
I don't think it should, be discarded. You know what I'm saying? Like he said that, what I'm saying, like prostate cancer, what I'm saying, that shit hits home. My father passed from prostate cancer. I would wish that was out before, what I'm saying. It could have been, we probably just didn't have the resources to find it at the time, what I'm saying. But I wish that was out. That possibly could have saved his life, what I'm saying. So I think that's a good deed. That's in a sense of volunteering right there, what I'm saying, trying to come up with cures for different diseases and stuff like that. So, I think he did contribute, but it was in a different note, what I'm saying. Like you said earlier, what did Trump do? I don't think Trump was a senator or any type of other politician before he ran for president, and he became president, what I'm saying. As a matter of fact, I was in the military under his fucking reign, what I'm saying. So, he just came out of left field, like, what I'm saying. Like Obama had to be a senator and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the other ones before him had to do it too. So, what I'm saying? I don't see a big deal with him, what I'm saying, trying to run. And looking at the polls right now, he coming in third. It looks like we about to have a Republican for president for the next reign. So it is what it is. Shit.
Yeah, man, I definitely don't doubt it, especially looking at the state of what's going on now, man. I definitely think that a lot of people are looking for change. Let me go to the comments real quick.
Hey, I need that stimmy though. Give me that stimmy.
Was that you? That was you that text me. Let me see. I can't remember where I left off at first. Finish the clip. I think this might have been it. Nah. She ain't done yet. Who was that? What was that for?
That was when she said she was going to turn it back over to them, and he said, "One more thing."
I didn't. There was more to have on this clip, but I knew that it was going to be a time issue, so I didn't get to put everything on there. She's cutting him off, not displaying proper communication. Says Queen D. I agree with that. Queen D also says you can tell she just doesn't like him. That seemed very apparent as well. Ms. Zaya says it's not a problem. It's just what she wanted. I can't remember exactly where that. Did anybody know where that was fitting into? It's not a problem. It's just what she wanted.
I think she was talking about her line of questioning.
Okay. All right, we'll go with it. Sounds good enough for government work. I give freely and get mad when others do things for me for the reward or return. Yes, I mean that sounds like a personal problem to me. You need to look at your outlook and just you winning. When you're winning, man. Nothing wrong with that. And I was under Trump too, Steve. Shut the fuck up. All right, so you know, this this mother yeah. All right, so I do want to say thank you so much. Thank you for that trap for what you said. Let me give a big thank you again to V. Man, I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all coming in and letting the people know how you feel, man. Now, let me see what we got going on. Prophet, what you got for us when we get up out of here, man?
Man, right back ain't cheating. July 23rd. Make sure you go get it. You know what I'm saying? Crying in the dark, now streaming everywhere. You know, go check that out if you ain't heard it.
Yes, sir, man. He has some fire music, man. Matter of fact, I was watching, and I don't know why Trap doesn't send out a link to you guys, but he was playing your music on GTA.
Hey, appreciate that, Trap.
Shout out to Trap over there, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Lord.
On,
appreciate that, man.
Trap LLC, man. Yeah, he was over there making some moves, you know what I'm saying, doing some things. He was like, "Yo, I got to ride something nice." So he put your music on and was vibing. So good luck. Kay, you got anything for us before we get up out of here?
It was fun, y'all. I appreciate being on the show once again. Y'all make sure y'all come check out Queen every Wednesday at 7. What is it, Central Time?
Yes.
Central Time. Also check out some Kings over there on Monday. I don't know what time y'all is. I think y'all 7:00 too.
Right. 7. Everybody's 7 except for the Ace. Thank you so much for that, 2K. I really do appreciate that. Excuse me. Let me see. Queen D says you can't talk while the claps are going off. It blocks out everything. I think Steve told me that. I apologize for that. Damn, that sucks. What if I turn it low? We're gonna do a little test while we here. Let me see if I turn it down some. Let's see what that does. Are you able to hear me now when I talk? Or is it still drowning out?
Oh no, we can hear you now.
Okay, but when it was playing last time, it drowned me out. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So can you hear the clap still too?
Yeah.
Okay, still hear everything. Okay, so 22 is the sweet spot. So I'll make sure I set it to 22 each time. Thank you so much for that, Queen D. Let me see. Do we have another one? Queen D says, great show panel. Right back. Ain't cheating. Looking forward to King of Spades and Queen of Spades is up. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yes. And Steve, man, do you have anything for us before we get up out of here?
I was class president of the detention. Does that mean
is that what I missed? I seen you pop it up, and I was like, "Hey man, well you're qualified. You qualified to run.
I'm qualified to run for president."
Yeah.
Man, I just want everybody to enjoy this week, man. It's getting hot out there. Stay hydrated, man. I got a house full right now, so I'm busy. I'm busy until next weekend. So I'm just trying to keep these little ones in check. I got a couple of 5 and 6 year olds running around here, man. I ain't had that in almost 20 years. So
man,
yeah, it's rough.
Man, ain't it a blessing? Ain't it a blessing? All right, so yeah, well, that is the show. Now I do have a couple announcements. I will not be here for King of Spades or Queen of Spades. Now, if there's any volunteers who would like to take the lead on it, let me know. We can make it happen. But outside of that, I will be out. I got a trip to go to in Florida, so I'll be in Florida probably seeing Goose the Prophet if he's out there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta say what's up to my guy out there. But yeah, I'll be in Florida, man, chilling with family and everything like that. So I would not be able to do it. However, if there's anybody that would like to take the reins, please let me know and I'll make sure that is available. That goes for King and Queen and the Ace of Spades that is coming up as well, because I think I'll be coming back into town around that time. So I will not be available to do the podcast then. So we'll take a little break. If nobody, if we can't get anybody to come in to host it, we'll just take a break and then just come back next week. Hopefully with either the King or Queens. But yeah, that'll be to be determined on that end. And then what else we got going on? Right Back Ain't Cheating, July 23rd.
Yes,
23rd.
Yes,
all right, make sure you're there. I knew I was gonna get the date right this time. Make sure you copy, man. Make sure you're checking it out, man. And again, appreciate everybody. Goose the Prophet, K Emil, Steve for coming in, V for coming in, man, and everybody in the comment section. And make sure ain't nobody donated, so I'll make sure I don't miss it because that happens to me all the time. Well, I'll see it later on. All right, cool beans. All right, thank you for everybody that came through. Thank you for people that hit the thumbs up as well. On Facebook, I see I got a Facebook thumb up. Thank you, as well as on YouTube. I see I got a good 5 thumbs up. Hey man, wait, there's 8 people in there, man. Hey, go ahead and hit them thumbs up before we get up out of here. All right, and I appreciate you, everybody, again. Thank you so much. Until next time, man, zip it up and zip it out. All right, man. Peace out. Peace out. Yeah. Oh, I missed the button. There it is.